Our guests today may be father and daughter, but they are both veterans when it comes to acting. Paul Sorvino is a prolific actor who has worked on both the large and small screens as well as the stage, and his daughter Mira has enjoyed much success working on film and television projects, including the feature film Mighty Aphrodite, which won her the Oscar. I'd like to welcome you both to Sidewalks. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
So Paul, tell me when you first realized that Mira had some acting chops.
When she was 5, she wrote and produced and acted in a play in the backyard with all the neighbors called The Dutch Doll. And we were all watching this, kind of amazed that this little girl could pull this off. And at the end, she cries. And I went up to her, I said, "Are you all right, Mira?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, you're crying." She said, "Oh, Daddy, that's acting."
I love that story.
It's true.
Now, I also read somewhere, Paul, that you are not necessarily in favor of your children becoming actors. Is this really true?
This is true, but it's a hard business. It's a rejecting, difficult business. So if you can do something else, you should. But after she was magna cum laude graduate at Harvard University and said, "I want to do this now," I said, "Well, my blessings."
Right. Now, have the two of you ever worked on any film projects or TV projects together?
Yes. I was doing a series years ago in San Francisco. No, excuse me. That's another one I did called Bert D'Angelo Superstar in San Francisco, your beautiful city. This was called The Oldest Rookie in the late 80s. And she played my niece to great effect.
And then Dad has just directed a movie that my sister wrote called The Trouble with Callie, where I have a cameo. I'm in 2 scenes, but my scenes are with him, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and now you guys are working together to educate people about the devastating effects of diabetes, which has certainly affected your family. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Sure.
Yeah, we're involved. We're partnering with Santa Fe Adventist US on a diabetes awareness program called Diabetes Co-Stars, and you can go to our website at diabetescostars.com. And you know, apart from my roles on screen and as a mother to my children, maybe one of the most important roles I've ever played is a co-star to my dad in his fight against diabetes. He was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes about 4 years ago. And he kind of kept it sort of quiet and didn't really tell us much about it, and I didn't know very much about it. So when I saw him experience an episode of extreme high blood sugar after he made us a delicious dish of pasta fazool, which is a traditional Neapolitan bean sauce on pasta, I kind of freaked out because I thought I might lose him right then and there. And I was going to call the ambulance, and I didn't know what was happening. And then he said, I think it's my diabetes. I think it's my blood sugar. So I knew that I needed to educate myself because we've always been super close and super involved with each other. And I want him to be that close and involved in my own children's lives as they grow up. And in order to do that, he's got to stay healthy and he's got to take charge of his blood sugars and not sort of be complacent or act in a reactive way rather than a proactive way.
Which is what I've done.
So Paul, what were some of the symptoms that you were experiencing?
I was experiencing a kind of funny feeling in my head. And kind of just bleak, kind of strange feeling in my head, and extreme thirst. And those are the two big, and tired all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you know, after your dad was diagnosed with diabetes, Mira, what things did your family do to try to help him lead a healthier lifestyle?
Well, you know, after that one sort of wake-up call incident, I think we all realized that it was not possible for him to eat the traditional Italian-American diet anymore without some modifications. So he can't eat regular pasta anymore, but he has discovered that there is an alternative to it. He's basically going to create a low-carbohydrate pasta with his food company, Paul Sorvino Foods, which will be a huge aid to the nearly 24 million people with type 2 diabetes in the United States.
And American food is now Italian food, let's face it. American food, between pizza and pasta and all the other things,
Oh my gosh.
You know,
I can't wait for you to bring this on the market. It's going to be fantastic. Now, and also too, you know, diabetes really hasn't slowed you down, Paul. You have continued to do lots of things outside of acting. You know, Mira mentioned your desire to create a line of pasta, but you also have sauces, I think, that are already on the shelves,
yes,
isn't there?
the vodka and the marinara sauces. And I can't make them better than that, so I just open the jar. I don't cook them anymore at home.
And is this based on your mom's recipe? Is that what I read?
Yes, these are the best sauces ever put in a jar.
Oh, can't wait, can't wait. Well, I also read that, Paul, you are really quite an accomplished opera singer.
Mm-hmm.
And Mira, you also sang in college when you were at Harvard. Have the two of you ever performed together, you know, singing?
Singing, no.
No, you sung to me in one of your Daddy's Little Girl. You sang to me in a concert because Dad's done many operatic concerts as well as starring in his 60s on stage at the New York City Opera, which is one of the greatest opera houses in the world, as the lead of The Most Happy Fella. So Dad has always been an example for us as someone who, when many people are starting to, you know, put their feet up and settle back and turn on the remote, Dad is fulfilling lifelong dreams. You know, other people are retiring. He's starting new careers. He has become a prolific and acclaimed sculptor. You know, he's directing, he is writing, he is become an entrepreneur, and all of these things go along with also the way that now he is tackling the control of his blood sugars and taking a proactive approach to his health rather than being sort of a passive victim of a condition that can be controlled. So we're here to applaud him always for his strength and to encourage him, and you know, to when we get together, we take walks after meals. You know, we do things that I wouldn't ordinarily do, and I'm a fairly fit person, but I'm like, you know what? Thinking about his diabetes, let's not sit and have the dessert and coffee. Let's go out for a walk. And it actually becomes a great family memory, that's something we're doing together. So it's good for all of us. And I know that because he has diabetes type 2, I might be in line for it myself. So if I can live a more healthy lifestyle myself, I'm protecting us all.
That's right. As we close, you know, Mira, the last time we had you on the show, I asked you what was the best advice your dad had ever given you, and you had said it was to trust yourself and not to fear failure. Paul, I'd like to ask you, what advice or what have you learned from your Oscar-winning daughter?
What I've learned from her?
Yes.
I just admire her. There's not much to learn because nobody can be her at what she does. She sticks to things beyond tolerance, actually. She's, you know, so far when she wants to do something, that kind of sedulous approach to everything she does is what you can be reacquainted with every day if you watch her. So.
Thank you both so much for being with us today. It was a true pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit us at sidewalkstv.com, our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.